In this video, I would love for us to discuss the vocal evolution of SM girl groups, using Girls' Generation, Red Velvet and Aespa as examples. Has the way SM forms their girl groups changed over the years, and does it reflect more current trends in the industry? Has SM's signature high vocal standard been lost along the way, or is it still there? Let's try to find out. We of course have to begin our analysis with the iconic. SNSD debuted in 2007, consisting of 9 members. 2 main vocalists, Taeyeon and Jessica, 3 lead vocalists, Tiffany, Sunny, and Seohyun, and 4 sub-vocalists, Yuri, hyoyeon, sooyoung, and yoona. At this point, SM wants their group to sound like a true team. SNSD collective vocal tone is bright, carrying a lot of neutral qualities. It's quite smooth with an occasional punch to it. The combination of predominantly bright, neutral to warm-toned voices gives the group this uniform, clean sound and a seamless, harmonious blend. It seems like the vision for their overall sound was unity and harmony. These are the guiding words. For example, take a look at hyoyeon, whose voice is generally cool-toned and could stand out from the rest. During rap sections, her voice would more so carry this signature quality, however during singing parts, Hyo adjusts her tone to fit in more smoothly with the rest. We of course need to talk about the vocal backbone and the leader of SNSD, Miss Taeyeon. It is clear that she's got assigned the role of the powerhouse, and for good reasons. Her signature belts are open, cutting, and carry this beautiful weight to them. Her strong vibrato adds this captivating, dramatic quality that so many of us love. What I find interesting is that at times you can hear other members almost mimic some of Taeyeon's characteristic singing habits and techniques, like her rolling, intense vibrato for example. It only makes sense since the members naturally must have listened to Taeyeon a lot, and probably even looked up to her in some ways. I am mentioning it because I genuinely find it so endearing, and it shows how people who sing with each other often will exchange some habits and tics between one another. I think it's the coolest thing ever. SNSD is clearly a competent vocal group, able to perform their discography with confidence. Singing on stage seems as natural as breathing. Skill-wise, the vocal line is going to shine more. However, what's beautiful is that all members in the group can project their voices healthily in their respective comfort zones. Everyone has an at least decent intonation, and everyone knows how to use vibrato. SNSD captivates with a lot of timeless charm, charisma, and infectious energy, but also sets the bar high, vocally speaking, especially for future main vocalists. So then we of course have a new flavor. This time around, the number of members is reduced to 5, which is gonna change some things. We have Wendy as the main vocalist, Seulgi and Joy are 2 lead vocalists, because let's be real, Joy is a lead vocalist, and Irene with Yeri are sub-vocalists. Looking at their voices, we come to the conclusion that Red Velvet's collective tone is still bright, but we have 2 warm voices, 2 cool voices, and 1 neutral. While tonally there is more variety within this lineup, the combination is balanced enough to allow for a smooth blend and harmonious unison. Having 5 members will make it easier to create space for each girl to utilize her voice, simply because of line distribution, well, at least in theory. Now we have to talk about the main vocalist. Wendy naturally was a phenomenal choice for this position. Well-rounded, consistent, with a beautiful, warm, bright tone to her voice. Considering the nature of Red Velvet's concept, Wendy is able to contribute immensely to the group. Wendy, however, is a much different vocalist to Taeyeon, less belting oriented and with a softer, less punchy approach. Her mix is less chesty. She also usually doesn't open up her vocal tract as much, so you will not hear the same weight and resonance of Taeyeon. But Wendy is also more skilled with the use of head voice, which is an area that she showcases pretty consistently across Red Velvet's discography. Her lower register is also stronger and better developed. You see, nowadays Taeyeon has been able to explore and develop her voice way more than in the past. But in SNSD, it was quite clear what she needed to focus on the most. It seems like SM wanted Red Velvet's main vocalist to be more well-rounded, rather than sharp-edged, even if that meant losing some of that captivating power. Another change we notice is the range Wendy has to cover. She consistently has to mix above D5, often multiple times in one song. Thankfully, SM producers haven't made Wendy into a high-note hitting machine only, and allowed other parts of her voice to shine as well, but still, it's safe to say that a lot had been put on her shoulders. Skill-wise, Red Velvet is still very much a competent vocal group, able to harmonize and perform their songs in a live setting well. And again, live singing seems easy and natural. The girls never seem worried when it's time to sing. The standard is still there. However, I would argue that Red Velvet's 2 least impressive vocalists are weaker than SNSD sub-vocalists. The same could probably be said about Joy in comparison to Girls' Generation's lead vocalists. In general, the gaps between the members of Red Velvet also seem bigger. The younger sister of Girls' Generation seems like a somewhat transitional group for SM, at least vocally. Red Velvet carries some of the elements of the previous generation, but also shows what we may expect in the future. Moving on to the 4th generation, there comes Supernova. Aespa's debut is in 2020 with not 5 but 4 members this time. With a new generation, SM changes their approach. At this point, it seems that SM values individuality. Sure, they want their group to have a strong collective identity, but also want these 4 girls to shine in their own ways and kind of have their own specific vocal coding. The members of Aespa don't sing in unison a lot, but instead they trade lines often and enjoy unique solo parts to themselves. You could tell that the music invites the girls to stand out. Tonally, Aespa has an interesting combination of voices. Karina and Winter act as a cool core, the cold, metallic heart of Aespa, that is softened by Giselle's warm tone, while Ning helps to bring additional balance. This combination may be the least balanced out of all 3, but it lends itself to Aespa's more fantastical musical concept well and gives the group its recognizable vocal color. Aespa has 2 main vocalists, Ning and Winter, and this duo also proves how things have changed at SM. So think of SNSD main vocalists, taeyeon and Jessica, 2 similar voices, similar vocal styles, to some extent even similar parts. You could catch yourself listening to Girls' Generation's music and mistaking one for another. Maybe it has never happened to you, but I think there is a chance it has. Now, this is not the case with Winter and Ning. It comes down not only to the tonal difference in their voices, but also in their vocal styles as well. In short, Winter is a more belting-focused vocalist. Her approach is generally more powerful, giving her a more piercing sound. Ning's delivery is more delicate. Her sound is more elastic and rounded. Winter's vibrato is also more sharp and rolling, while Ning's is more soft and bouncy. These and other differences are also expressed and reinforced within Aespa's discography. Winter's parts tend to be more punchy and cutting, a little more abrupt. Ning is more smooth and flowy. It is not a strict general rule, but once you notice this pattern, you will hear it a lot. Aespa's 2 main vocalists technically share the same position in the group, but it's clear that they also fulfill this role quite differently. Aespa continues the legacy of their predecessors, with members proving to be capable, competent vocalists and performers. Singing on stage seems as natural as it gets, the vocals are clean, the members are in control. In the context of fourth generation, Aespa for sure is one of the strongest and most reliable groups vocally. The members' vocal competence is expressed through their musicality, versatility, and this calm confidence on stage. It is genuinely interesting to observe the differences in SM's groups, generation to generation. Throughout the years, despite changes, SM stays committed to keeping a high vocal standard. Groups like Girls' Generation, Red Velvet, Aespa, and more are a good proof of that. SM naturally adapts to trends in the industry, but hopefully the company won't also lose what makes their idols special. And this is it. That is the analysis. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in my next one, whenever that will be, because my life is a mess a little bit. It's just that my med school is giving me hell at the moment, but we'll power through it. Thank you once again. Bye guys.